Have you ever been in a conversation where you wanted to speak, but something held you back? Have you ever missed opportunities because the fear of expressing yourself took over? Imagine walking into any room and speaking with confidence, without that paralyzing nervousness. Whether it's job interviews, presentations, or even making new friends, your ability to communicate can define your success. The good news? Overcoming shyness is not a gift. It's a skill. And today, you're going to learn how to unlock it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you simple and practical techniques that will transform your insecurity into self-confidence. If you've ever felt uncomfortable speaking in public or avoided interactions out of fear of being judged, this video is for you. It doesn't matter if you're a student, a young professional, or someone looking to improve your social life. By the end of this video, you'll have a new perspective on how to communicate without fear. So, stick around until the end because this could change your life. Shyness may seem like just a personality trait, but in reality, it's a barrier that prevents many people from achieving what they want. Maybe you've been through this. You're in a conversation. You want to say something interesting, but your mind freezes. You feel a lump in your throat, and in the end, you just listen as the opportunity slips away. This happens because shyness is not just a lack of social skills. It's the fear of judgment, the insecurity of not knowing how the other person will react. It's that inner voice that says, "What if I say something wrong?" Or, "What if they think I'm weird?" This fear builds up over the years, creating a cycle where the more you avoid interactions, the harder they become. But here's the truth. Shyness does not define who you are, and more importantly, it can be overcome with a few simple changes. If you feel that shyness has been holding you back, whether professionally or socially, the first thing you need to understand is that your mind is working against you in these moments. But there are proven ways to reverse this. And now I'm going to show you 3 practical techniques that will completely change the way you approach social interactions. The first technique is the 3-second rule. It works like this. Whenever an opportunity arises to speak, tell a story, or start a conversation, you have 3 seconds to act. Just 3 seconds. Why? Because if you wait any longer, your mind starts making excuses and insecurity takes over. Think about the last time you wanted to say something in a group but hesitated. The longer you waited, the harder it became, right? That's because our brain has a defense mechanism against discomfort. But when you act quickly, you don't give fear time to grow. So the next time you feel like speaking up, count mentally. 1, 2, 3, and take action. The second technique is the small step challenge. Many people think they need to become extroverted overnight. But the truth is that confidence is built gradually. You don't have to start talking to strangers on the street or giving public speeches right away. Start with something simple. Greet a coworker or a classmate. The next day, try asking someone a casual question. On the third day, engage in a slightly longer conversation. The goal is to step out of your comfort zone progressively. When you realize that these small interactions aren't as scary as they seemed, your confidence naturally grows. The third technique is mental reframing. The way you think about social interactions directly impacts how you react to them. If you see every conversation as a test where you must be perfect, you'll get anxious. But if you shift that mindset and see every conversation as a learning opportunity, everything changes. Instead of thinking, "What if I mess up?" think, "What can I learn from this conversation?" Imagine you're at a party and want to talk to someone, but you're afraid of being ignored. What happens if that person doesn't respond the way you expected? Nothing. You move on with your life with no real consequences. This kind of thinking drastically reduces the fear of social interactions and gives you more freedom to act. Now, you might be wondering, does this really work? And the answer is yes. Many people who started applying these techniques saw drastic changes in just a few weeks. Some who previously avoided even asking for directions from a stranger began to feel comfortable starting conversations and even leading discussions. The secret is in consistent practice. When you train your brain to act without giving space for fear, shyness loses its grip on you, and the more you expose yourself to small interactions, the more natural it becomes. So here's a challenge for you. Over the next 3 days, I want you to apply at least one of these techniques daily. Today, use the 3-second rule to say something you would normally hesitate on. Tomorrow, try the small step challenge and initiate a simple interaction. On the 3rd day, practice mental reframing and observe how your perspective changes. Then, come back here and tell me in the comments how it went. If this video made sense to you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss upcoming content on personal development. And remember, shyness doesn't have to be an obstacle. With the right tools, you can become the confident person you've always wanted to be.